What's up, everybody? J Heat Sports Media coming at y'all again with that fire as always, spitting the hot topics and getting the sports conversation started. Y'all know what I'm talking about: football, basketball, and boxing. We on basketball right now. Team USA. Man, what happened and where do we go from here? All right, Team USA. They didn't even medal in the World Championship games. That's big time for the world. And I know Noah Lyles getting a little bit of a chuckle out of that one. Even though I get he was just being literal when he made his point that world champions of what, from I think his standpoint, he was just pointing out the fact that technically international competition is what happens in the World Championship and the Olympics, and the NBA is a national basketball association. However, his tone was very condescending, and it seemed to really make it seem like he was being a little disrespectful, so I understand why the players felt the way they felt. I mean, let's be honest. The best players in the world, from all over the world, if you play basketball, you want to be in the NBA. And regardless if the NBA championship isn't technically a international competition as far as different areas of the world playing against each other, it's a more valued championship for a basketball player in the world currently today, especially if you're from the United States, than winning a gold medal in the Olympics or the World Championship. Yes, guys want to win the gold. They want to earn the respect for their country, but it means something just a little bit more to be an NBA champion because it's the highest level of basketball being played in the world. That aside, from a literal standpoint, I get it what Noah Lyles was saying. And now he kind of gets the last laugh because Team USA was arrogant enough to think they could just put a team together that was quote-unquote supposed to fit. Guys that could play roles, not necessarily a team of all-stars or all-NBA players, but some of those type of guys mixed in with some guys that could just fill their role so you could hopefully get a good team per se. And it didn't work out. Partially because you've got other teams that have NBA players on them around the world. So when you do something like that against a team that's got players who aren't even in the NBA that just used to playing with each other on a regular basis all the time, they've got a lot of chemistry built up, and we just kind of throw this together in the United States because it's not as big as the NBA competition. And then when they take their chemistry and sprinkle in a couple ringers, aka NBA players, the best players in the world, you end up getting some good international competition. And Team USA, in order to compensate for the fact that they don't have that chemistry, they don't have time to build that chemistry, you've got to put the best players possible forward when you do what you do and put together Team USA. So now they've learned yet again, and here we go. Is this going to be the redeem team? Who knows? I think we've gone from, in 92, having to send the dream team to the redeem team once we was a little arrogant in how we were sending players back in 2004, to now the supreme team. Reason I say the supreme team is because I think it not just has a good ring, but possibly we have the opportunity to send the best team in the history of Team USA, and that includes the Dream Team or the Redeem Team or the 2012 team or the 96 team, which are probably the best four squads we've sent. I saw this picture the other day right here, and I thought that it made a good point. To some people, I'm sure it's going to put a battery in their back. They're going to feel a little triggered because people feel a certain way about the polarizing person that is Kevin Durant, as well as LeBron James and Steph Curry, and the icons that are in that bottom part of that picture Jordan, Bird, and Magic, it can't be overstated the impact they had on the game. But I get where this guy's coming from with the comment, and it's why I think this team is going to be the supreme team. The reason I say that is because if they send the best they can, let's in a fantasy world, let's assume health and everybody that's eligible to play wanting to play. Starting with this picture right here. Now, back when Mike played on that dream team, he was pretty much in his peak, his prime. But Magic wasn't in his prime no more, even though he could still play. And Bird was off a back injury, so he really wasn't even close to his prime. He was there for moral support, to get in a little bit, a leader, things like that. But Scottie Pippen did more work at the small forward position than Larry Legend was doing. So you got to take that into consideration. LeBron and KD right now are playing at a level that is higher, in my opinion, than Magic and Bird were playing at that time. And Curry's playing at a higher level than Bird was playing at that time when he went to the Olympics. Not Mike. Mike was in his peak. But when you just look at the 3 for 3, that's something to be stated there of just how great this team could be. And then you got other guys who are entering their peaks and their primes in the NBA that can be on this team. If I was putting this team together, my starting lineup, I would send Joel Embiid, provided he wanted to play. He's the second best center in the league to the Joker. And at this point in his career is playing better ball than, say, a Patrick Ewing or David Robinson was playing when they were on that dream team. If you then send LeBron, KD, and Steph, they speak for themselves. Let's say you put Kawhi Leonard as the other wing player, because you know LeBron can help with distributing the ball. You don't need another point guard. Let Curry play off ball. Kevin can help with moving the ball too. Kawhi gonna lock up. Curry's the greatest shooter we ever seen. That's an excellent starting five. You could make the argument based on where they are in their careers, how they playing versus that dream team. That's a better starting five, the one that we could send next summer. And then the bench, compared to that bench that had on the dream team, you had Stockton, you had Clyde Drexler, Chris Mullin, Karl Malone, guys like that. On this team, even though those guys were legends, you've got guys entering their prime or in their prime like Dame Dollar, who is a bucket and he can get guys involved. You got none other than Devin Booker, who probably has just played the best ball of his career in these recent playoffs. Jason Tatum, who also in the last several years has been making a name for himself. Some people think he's a top 5 player in the league. Then you got Bam Adebayo and Anthony Davis, who could anchor your D while being able to get you some offense if you needed it in a pinch. And as far as my last two, I would take Jimmy Butler as kind of a utility player because he's willing to do all the little things, but he can score too. Now, Draymond wants to go, and he would do the little things and make sure the ball's moving, provide leadership. But Butler does all that, and he can get you a bucket if you need it. And then I would take Kyrie, and he's a polarizing figure. Some might say, why Kyrie? But Kyrie's a walking bucket, an instant bucket, even without a lot of practice. And if for some odd reason, LeBron, Kevin, Steph, Kawhi, Tatum, Book, Dame, all these guys are off, all of them, you can throw Kyrie in there and he gonna just automatically get you a bucket. They ain't all gonna be off. So this could be one of the best teams we've ever seen. If I'm Team USA, I'm sending a team like that to this competition. And then we will show the world what we truly are. But they already know, regardless of what Noah Lyles said, we all are aware that USA is the standard. It's why it's so big of a deal when we lose. And it's why, even though we lost twice in this international competition this summer, based on power rankings by FIBA, Team USA is still the #1 team. Speaks for itself. And we sent the C or the D squad, to be honest. Holla at you. All right, that's all the time I got. Y'all know what it is, and you know who you looking for. J Heat Sports Media. Remember to like, subscribe, or get at me in the comments. Hit the bell. You know I'm on YouTube, Instagram, at The Vault, JMU414 on X, and TikTok as well. Holla at y'all.